Unless you've been living under a rock, you've probably heard something about K-pop Demon Hunters. This movie became an overnight sensation, and it's not just because it took its main character from this.
Celine, do hunters kill all demons?
Yes.
So everything that has patterns?
To this. With supernatural elements, breathtaking animations, and phenomenal writing, we're in for a wild ride with this one. Also, be sure to stick around until the end of the video for a very special announcement. Alrighty, let's begin. Within the first 2 minutes of the movie, we see the original Demon Hunters. These badass women harness the power of song to protect their world from demons. Their music creates a magical barrier called the Honmoon. They used the Honmoon to imprison the Lord of Demons, Gima. Afterwards, they passed on their responsibilities to another trio of hunters. It's a tradition that's continued for centuries so that the Honmoon never breaks. It's a hunter's ultimate goal to turn the color of the Honmoon golden because it will lock Gima and his followers away forever. Centuries after the first hunters created the Honmoon, 3 new hunters have come together to form the K-pop group Huntrix. We have the bad girl choreographer Mira, who joined after her family disowned her. There's also Zoe, the youngest member of the group who can rap like it's nobody's business. Then there's the lead singer and our protagonist, Roomie. Huntrix fans consider Roomie industry royalty because she's the daughter of a Sunlight Sister, a musical group from the previous generation. What the fans don't know is that the Sunlight Sisters were the trio of hunters who came before Huntrix. Although her mother died when she was young, Roomie was adopted by another of the Sunlight Sisters, Celine, who taught her everything she knows. Celine built Huntrix around Roomie, making her their unofficial leader. We learn all of this from Huntrix's fans who wait to see Huntrix perform their final show on their world tour. Backstage, Huntrix's manager Bobby realizes the girls are on their private plane and heading in the wrong direction. Then we find Huntrix gorging themselves on some pre-show carbs. The first sign of trouble is their creepy attendant.
Excuse me, miss?
Yes, Miss Huntrix?
We asked for hot water,
Right away. You're welcome. Arrivederci. Goodbye.
The girls realize their mistake and call out their flight crew for being demons. All demons have these purplish patterns, and no amount of magic disguises can cover them. Called out on their B-list acting skills, the demons revert to their original forms and threaten to hurt Huntrix fans. Our girls can't have that, so within 3 minutes before showtime, they summon their mystical weapons. Their showdown with the demons on the plane also doubles as the opening song. It's badass, it's catchy, and while I can't show all of it, trust me when I say that these ladies stand on business. Somehow the demons cut the plane in half, so Huntrix takes their fight to the sky. Yeah, they're freaking skydiving. They go a few rounds with their enemies before landing in the middle of their stage. With the demons gone and their performance going off without another hitch, Roomie and the others spot the Honmoon starting to turn gold. In the demon realm, a demon named Jinu meets with an enraged Gima.
Can't get at the souls, and his flame grows cold. Just a whisper in the dark.
Somehow, he gets away with insulting Gima with a chilling solo. Unlike the other demons who cower in fear of Gima, Jinu doesn't hesitate to strike a deal with him. Suddenly, he walks right up to Gima and proposes a plan to defeat Huntrix. His big idea? Use a demon boy band to steal the souls of Huntrix's fans and weaken the Honmoon. In exchange, Gima has to erase Jinu's memories from his past life that still haunt him. More on that later. After a successful world tour, Huntrix heads back to their place for a few weeks of vacation. Except Roomie has other plans. She announces Huntrix's next single, Golden, forcing them to jump headfirst into the promo material. Huntrix is at the top of their game when they announce the first live performance of Golden, but as they prepare for the show, a twist is revealed. Roomie has demonic patterns. The song implies that turning the Honmoon golden will free Roomie from her patterns and allow her to live a normal life. With only 5 minutes until showtime, Roomie discovers she can't land the high notes during rehearsal. Something is terribly wrong with her voice, and those demonic patterns are spreading around her neck. She abandons the venue after she tries and fails to land Golden's notes in private. We also get a flashback of a younger Roomie with Celine, who tells her to hide her markings until she seals the Honmoon. I'm sure that didn't contribute to Roomie having image issues at all. Obviously, Roomie has been working toward this goal her entire life. And now that the moment is here, it's falling apart. She screams her frustrations and watches in horror as the blue Honmoon briefly turns red. I couldn't tell you what a red honeymoon means, but I'm sure it's bad news. Huntrix has no choice but to cancel their show. Mira and Zoe assume Roomie has some form of throat infection, so they start brainstorming ways to help her feel better. Sweet, innocent Zoe convinces the others to try out a guru she found online, whose herbal remedies work miracles. The next day, they head to the guru's shop, and while he poses as a doctor, this is the most obvious con artist I've ever seen.
Let me see.
Ah.
In order to heal a part, we must understand the whole.
They get conned and head home, but cross paths with some guys on their way out. Mira and Zoe can't look away, but Roomie's better than that. I mean, come on, they're not that good looking.
You guys are so gross.
So yeah, Jinu's arrived on the scene with his demon boy band, and Huntrix is in serious trouble. Jinu might look like the guy of Roomie's dreams, but their first meeting makes him out to be a total asshole. Not only does he knock the box of tonics out of Roomie's arms, but he also blames her for being in his way. The demons leave Huntrix to clean up their mess because they can't miss their debut performance as the Saja boys. They put on the charm with their song Soda Pop, which gathers an adoring crowd. Huntrix notices the Saja boys have patterns, and while Gima sending a demon boy band after their fans makes zero sense, they don't hesitate to go in for the kill. Huntrix deck themselves in kick-ass leather outfits before infiltrating the backstage of a game show. As the Saja boys participate on stage, we get to meet the other group members. There's Romance, Mystery, Baby, and Abby. If you forget their names, don't worry about it, they don't do much talking. Jinu's the only one who notices Huntrix waiting to kill them, so he tricks them into joining the game show. Roomie and the girls have no choice but to agree, which lets the Saja boys escape. Huntrix catches up with them in a bathhouse. I know the stakes seem pretty high right now, but would you believe me if I said Jinu's actually a total dork? Exhibit A. Roomie manages to corner Jinu for a one-on-one fight, but her sleeve gets ripped, revealing her patterns. Jinu can't believe there's a hunter-demon hybrid running around, but to protect her secret, he hides the rip in her sleeve before booking it out of there. So after their fight with the Saja boys, Huntrix isn't thrilled about their failure because the honeymoon has started to change color. It's gone from the cusp of golden to having spots of red, representing weak zones that allow demons to escape. Called it, red is never a good sign. Without another plan, Huntrix decides to write a song that will expose the Saja boys. Afterward, Roomie notices a magpie with 3 eyes on her balcony. When she investigates, she finds something stalking her from the shadows. This tiger is the best thing from the entire movie. Look at him. This giant excuse for a house cat spits out an invitation for her to meet with Jinu. Exhibit B for Jinu being the most unthreatening demon ever. He has the derpiest tiger known to man and a bird with a silly hat as pets. Roomie decides to meet with Jinu. He explains that Gima traps his demons by forcing them to relive intense feelings of guilt, shame, and sorrow. Usually these feelings come with memories from their human lives. In Jinu's case, he and his family lived in poverty centuries ago, and Jinu made a deal with Gima that gave him the chance to perform in the palace. Jinu's new life allowed him to live like royalty until Gima came to collect his debt. Everyone should know that making deals with a demon is always a bad idea, but Jinu didn't realize his mistake until Gima trapped him in the demon realm for eternity. Ever since, he has regretted his mistake as well as leaving his family behind. Yeesh, and I thought Roomie had a tragic backstory. They're a match made in heaven. As time goes on, we get a little montage of Huntrix and the Saja boys fighting for the public's favor. The two groups plan to go head-to-head at an annual event called the Idol Awards. Unfortunately, the demon boy band is some serious competition. During a fan meet and greet, the Saja boys jump to the front of the line, forcing Huntrix to do a joint signing with them to keep the fans happy. The tension's high, but everyone manages to fake smiles and friendliness until a little girl approaches Jinu with a drawing. In it, he's an angel, one with a beautiful soul. Roomie encourages him to listen to those positive feelings and gets the crowd clapping for Jinu. I think this dude's forgotten what genuine kindness feels like. So he pulls the Saja boys from the signing event, ending the day in a truce. Over the past few weeks, Huntrix has been working on their diss track called Takedown. It's going pretty well, but after the signing event, Mira grows suspicious of Roomie, thinking she's hiding something. She comes to Roomie's room for a heart-to-heart, where Roomie barely manages to hide Jinu's tiger. That's right. Jinu's pet visits her all the time. Mira wants to know where Roomie's head is at, but Roomie lies her ass off to get Mira out of the door. Afterward, Roomie sends a message to Jinu agreeing to meet up. These guys have so much chemistry and they're obviously crushing.
Girlfriend?
Oh no, we're not.
no.
She's not even my type.
Excuse me? I'm everyone's type.
You can't even show up on
What
time.
are you, from the 1900s?
I can see why you're still.
Alright, so they both have negative riz, but Roomie believes Jinu is someone who deserves a second chance. And he's the only one who accepts her for who she is. And that's enough. Roomie wants them both to win, so she asks Jinu to help Huntrix win the Idol Awards, believing that turning the Honmoon golden will free both of them from Gima. Jinu's afraid. The poor guy has centuries of trauma to get through, but he can't deny his feelings for Roomie and promises to consider it. The night before the Idol Awards, Roomie tells Mira and Zoe that she doesn't like the song Takedown. They get into an argument over Roomie's strange behavior during a demon hunting patrol. As they struggle to fight as a team, they lose an entire train of civilians. After failing to save the train passengers, Roomie goes to meet Jinu one last time. Roomie convinces Jinu to help her after they perform a romantic power ballad together. We also learn that Roomie's voice has completely healed, and Jinu is no longer haunted by demonic voices in his head. These two look so good together. Gima hates romance and happiness, so after Roomie leaves, he summons Jinu to the demon realm. He can see and hear everything the Saja boys do while they're on Earth, so there's no keeping secrets from him. He starts to challenge Jinu for thinking Roomie's plan can work. Jinu promises that he never intended to work with Roomie and is only playing her. I really want to believe our guy is lying, but I don't think the power of love outweighs Gima's psychological warfare. Roomie has a much better night. After her heart-to-heart with Jinu, she talks with their besties and puts their past misunderstandings behind them. They also decide to sing Golden instead, shelving their low-key violent diss track. At the Idol Awards, the Saja boys have a disagreement that prevents them from going on stage. Huntrix takes their place and dives headfirst into a performance, with Roomie stealing the show now that she's regained her voice. Mira and Zoe head to the wings while Roomie performs her solo. As they wait for their cue to go back on stage, they see Bobby getting abducted by random guys. Of course, Mira and Zoe go to save their all-star manager, chasing them backstage. Once they're far away from Roomie and the main stage, Bobby and his abductors drop their disguises, revealing themselves as demons. Tricked and separated from Roomie, the girls can't stop what happens next. The golden track suddenly stops and is replaced by the more violent Takedown diss track. Caught unaware, Roomie instinctively falls into the choreography for Takedown when the track starts. Things start to go sideways when Mira and Zoe rejoin her on the stage. Without warning, they rip her clothes, revealing her demonic patterns. Granted, the audience doesn't know what they're looking at, but the damage is done.
We see what you are. You're a demon. A mistake. You have been since the day you were born.
Roomie rushes off stage and finds the real Mira and Zoe waiting for her. They're hurt that Roomie kept such a big secret from them, and they do what Celine trained them to do. As Mira and Zoe raise their weapons against her, the only thing Roomie can do is run. She finds Jinu, who orchestrated the entire thing. Yes, he betrayed her. If you expected a happy ending for these two, I'm sorry to disappoint. Roomie insists that he can still be free from Gima, but come on. It will take more than a few midnight meetings and shared secrets to help him recover from centuries of psychological torture. He admits that his initial story was BS. In actual fact, he willingly left his family behind when he made his deal with Gima, knowing that his mother and sister would continue to suffer while he thrived. Damn, looks like this ship ain't shipping no more. I can't believe the tiger and magpie are children of divorce. Without anywhere else to go, Roomie starts to lose herself to her demon side. She leaves the Idol Awards to find Celine, begging her for death. Celine, torn between her duties as a hunter and a mom, refuses to kill her only child.
Why can't you look at me? Why couldn't you love me? I do.
Since Celine won't do the needful, Roomie refuses to protect the old Honmoon and uses her newfound demon powers to teleport away. Back with the Saja boys, they usher their fans toward an arena, where they promise to deliver another show that will lift their spirits. Gima whispers in the fans' minds, feeding on their insecurities and bending them to his will. His victims include Mira, Zoe, and Bobby. At the arena, the Saja boys appear in their demon forms to perform Your Idol, a song that brings Gima to Earth. Fortunately, Roomie arrives at the last second. With nothing left to lose, she admits to hiding her true self. Her voice rouses Mira and Zoe from Gima's control, and they join Roomie on stage. Gima summons an army of demons to rip them apart, which includes the Saja boys. The other Saja boys corner Mira and Zoe, leaving Roomie wide open for a full-on blast from Gima. He would have obliterated her on the spot if not for Jinu jumping in the way.
Jinu, no.
Does this count as a completed redemption arc? I think so. Jinu's taking one for the team. He gives his life and soul for Roomie, and because of his sacrifice, she's able to continue the fight. The audience, meanwhile, starts to break free from Gima's control and sing along with Huntrix, empowering the Honmoon and their idols, with support from their fans. They not only take down Gima and the Saja boys, but also create a new Honmoon. In the aftermath of the fight, Roomie finally lives unashamed of her demon side. She knows her patterns don't define her. In the final scene, Huntrix enjoys a break at a bathhouse before meeting up with fans on the streets of Seoul, where things are better than they were before. So that's the story of K-pop Demon Hunters. I didn't expect an animated movie about K-pop stars to rip my heart out like that, but the Jinu betrayal and sacrifice got me good. Not to mention Roomie's journey of self-acceptance, which is so well written that it's critical. It definitely left a hole that needs to be filled, and I'll have to track down some more binge-worthy series that pack the same punch. Which brings me to the surprise announcement from the start of the video. Jartoon is branching out with a brand new channel that will recap some binge-worthy K-dramas. Yup, we are a family of 3 now. Jartoon, Jar Anime, and our newest baby, Jar Drama. So if that's your jam, you should definitely check it out. In the meantime, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.